game number 2. LiveOddsSportsBookReview.com. West Virginia at Oklahoma State in Stillwater. West Virginia 3.5, 65 the total. Huge game here, especially for the Big 12. You take out West Virginia and Baylor, and they hope they're undefeated when they meet in December. Everyone else in the Big 12 has 2 losses. So West Virginia trying to move into the playoff hunt here, and they're doing it with defense under Tony Gibson. They hold their first 3 Big 12 opponents far below what the side total projections were at kickoff. You look at this graphic, staggering. Here's the markets in the scoreboard. K-State, team total 26.5. They held them to 16. Texas Tech, 39.5. Held them to 17. And TCU last week, off the bye, where Gary Patterson was 13-0. 30 was the team total. They held them to 10 points. Gibson's doing an incredible job with the Mountaineers.
Yeah, and remember, we read the quote on the show last week or 2 weeks ago where Holgorsen is basically saying our defense is the defense that makes me uncomfortable. It's the one that I don't want to face. None of the other Big 12 teams seem to want to face it very much either. But let's talk about West Virginia in the playoff hunt. I mean, how real is it? 12-0. They do have non-conference wins over an SEC team in Missouri and a BYU team that certainly has a strong strength of schedule. They're not maybe the best non-conference wins, but that's enough if they finish out the season undefeated. But you're right, the Big 12 is dying for a undefeated game with West Virginia and Baylor, both sitting at 11-0. They'd be 11-0 at that time. That matchup is December 3rd, which, it happens to be the same day as all the other Power 5 conferences have their championship games. Could there be a de facto Big 12 title game? There could. Obviously, a long way to go between here and there, and all the other Big 12 teams have a pair of losses. Holgorsen. I have to go right here. Holgorsen. What we do defensively is hard for me to attack in practice. That's why we do what we do. It's good against the spread. Gibby does a great job getting those guys motivated and playing hard. That's the key, being able to adjust in disguise and get lined up quick against all these up-tempo offenses.
Now with Oklahoma State, and Gundy likes to go up-tempo. They run that crazy Big 12 offense. They haven't been able to protect Rudolph. That's a big problem. 121st in the nation in sacks allowed. Come on.
Yeah, more than 3 per game, 3 1/3 per game. Mike Gundy, quote, "We're concerned about protecting him every week." And they should be. I mean, Mason Rudolph, he came in as a really highly ranked prospect. I don't think he's gotten that much better in his 3 years at Oklahoma State. I do not look him as an NFL guy. If he is, he's the Brandon Weeden of the NFL. Oklahoma State's last QB to make it to the next level. I'm not in love with them. But, boy, this team does have some skill position talent. What they don't have is a great defense. I mean, that Oklahoma State defense is physical. And Kansas State had a chance to beat West Virginia with that physical play before missing a field goal on the final drive. That Okie State, they're physical, but I've seen them get torched on the ground. I've seen them get torched through the air. West Virginia can do both pretty darn well.
I want Okie State in this spot. I want the home dog. They've done well over the years in this spot. Remember, they knocked off Baylor a couple years ago, too. Same situation.
No. I wanted the home dog. We talked about Florida State. I do not want the home dog in this one. Again, we're talking about the only elite defense in the conference, a defense that's not getting a ton of market respect. And let's not forget, the markets are likely to knee-jerk towards the home dog. We've already seen some Oklahoma State money. It's quite routine to see anti-road favorite money for the remaining undefeated teams as the season progresses. In my opinion, there's a big difference in defensive class between these two teams. And this is a typical 8-4, 7-5 type Oklahoma State team. This West Virginia team, they're better this year. They really are.
Hey guys, for the full video, go to sbrpicks.com.
Do your research before you bet. Check out our ratings guide to see which books have the best ratings and sign-up bonuses. Open up several accounts. Shop for lines at sbrodds.com. Always be ahead of the game.